If you just turned 18 or you know someone that's around the age of 18, you're going to want to share this with them or you're going to want to watch this yourself, because today we're going to be covering 18 tips for an 18-year-old. This past weekend, I had the pleasure of celebrating an 18th birthday of my nephew, Zaki. Happy birthday. It got me thinking, right? Because there were a lot of 18-year-olds there, and it made me reflect on when I was that age. And it made me think about the fact that I was pretty stupid when I was 18. There are things that I've learned along the way that I wish I had known when I was 18. Number one is have a part-time job. I started working when I was 15, and I basically haven't stopped since. For me, there's no better learning than real-world experience where you're interacting with people of all ages, backgrounds, and having to make decisions that are going to impact a business. Definitely go out, get a job, maybe at a grocery store, retail store, because you're definitely going to learn a lot from doing that. Number two, enjoy yourself now. Be responsible, don't get me wrong. This is a chance in your life where you're going to have an opportunity to explore and discover the world and who you are and really get treated like an adult, right? And when we're kids, we want nothing more than to be treated like an adult. That being said, enjoy yourself, have some fun, and get out there, meet people, and you'll learn more about yourself through the course of socializing and getting out there and having fun. Number three, if you don't already, wake up early. This is a mistake that I made on the weekends, and I know that when you're in your teens and early 20s, they're biologically we're more tired than when we're older, and the older we get, the easier it is to wake up. A few weeks ago, I started waking up at 5:15 a.m. every day. I've kind of fallen off a little bit. I'm getting a 6 or 7 or 5 or so. Check out that video, how to add 15 days to your year. It's one of the other videos on this channel. Number 4 for the 18-year-old, exercise. You probably can eat whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, and you won't put on weight. Your body is still growing and building, so you have the ability and the opportunity to build core strength, and really it will be easier down the road to maintain that rather than what I'm having to do, which is build core strength in my 30s. Number 5, date. Make sure, first of all, that it doesn't interfere with your school or your work or your family or friendships. If I look back on the girlfriends that I've had in the past, there are strengths and weaknesses in all of them, and there are strengths and weaknesses in myself, of course, but there are things that are deal breakers and there are things that are deal makers, that are must-haves. So the sooner that you start to explore that and understand the type of person that you want to be with and the type of person that you don't want to be with, the better off it's going to be in the long term when you actually do decide to go with a potential mate to be married, if you decide to get married. Number 6, travel. I actually spent my 18th birthday in Paris. I was a bit crazy. I actually moved to Europe when I was 17. And I said, here I'm going. Go out there, explore, understand the different cultures in the world, the different foods and the cuisines and the sights and the people. The people is the most important, I think, for me, because you can adopt skills and understand and discover skills in people that you really admire, and perhaps things that you don't want to the type of person that you don't want to be in the future. I feel very fortunate for that part of my life, and I feel like that has helped greatly in some of the successes in my life. Respect your elders. I would certainly encourage you to respect your elders because they are more experienced. And no, they don't always know the answers to everything, and I don't think they always claim to know the answers for everything. But there's a lot of wisdom that you can take away from someone that has lived a long life. The next one is actually the flip side of that. So challenge your elders. I think, unfortunately, there has been a lack of respect towards millennials in the sense that older people perceive people who are between the ages of 15 and my age as lazy, as entitled. We don't think we have to work hard to get things. And whether that's true or not is not really the point of this tip here in terms of challenging your elders. I think what the takeaway is don't buy into that hype, because often if we're called lazy and if we're called entitled, then And if people don't believe in us, especially our elders, then we're going to start to adopt those behaviors, even if we're not lazy and even if we're not entitled. Challenge the status quo and be better for yourself, do better for yourself. I think it's very fortunate that we have the opportunity to work with technology and to leverage technology to make our lives better and to use technology as a tool to learn more and to do more for the world. And I would look at yourself as lucky being 18 in this day and age, that you have the opportunity to put out videos if you want to connect with anyone in the world, that you can support and volunteer for charities and organizations around the world, that you can build a tool that's going to change people's lives. Respect your elders, but also challenge the idea that millennials are nothing more than technology hungry, entitled babies, right? Because you're better than that, and I would love nothing more than to see you as an 18-year-old prove other generations wrong, that you're not entitled and that you're not lazy. And I believe in you. I believe that you're capable of that for this world. So challenge your elders and challenge what people are saying about us. Treat others as you want to be treated. Now, what I mean by that is show respect to others regardless of how they act with you, regardless of the things they say, because you're better than that. You don't need to bring yourself down to the level of someone who's being negative or someone who's being disrespectful. And the best way is to be respectful and to be polite and to treat others the way that you would want to be treated. If you're not feeling like you're getting a lot of respect, I would look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself if you're actually giving out enough respect to earn the respect. Number 10, learn how to use social media and technology. It is not going away, right? And there's no better time than now to set yourself up so that when you are 30 and 40 and 50 and 60, that you are keeping up with how technology is evolving and that you're leveraging the tools that are out there, that are going to be out there in 2050 and 2060 and beyond, that are going to help you to improve your life at that point when other people your age have kind of given up and they're a bit lost and they're not educated on how to use the tools that are available to them. Number 11, financial literacy. This is something that I wish I had a better grasp of at a younger age. I didn't really have a lot of money growing up, even though I did work. I put myself through college and university and took out student loans in order to do that. I probably, if I had played my cards right, use the money that I did earn and leverage it in the right way. Mutual funds and investments, because those things will grow. Other ways to be financially literate: take time to learn how taxes work. Take some time to understand how benefits work. You know, I didn't know when I was in university that you get benefits as part of your tuition. So, you know, leverage that for dental and medical and really learn about how you can use things that are right in front of you that perhaps because you're 18, you're like, I don't need to worry about that until I'm older. Take this time now and use tools like the internet to figure out finance. And I'm telling you, when you're my age, 32, you'll be in a great position. Number 12 is, except for school, don't spend more than you make. Even that I would question. If you are making the decision to go to school and you don't have the funds to finance it, then yes, if you decide that you want to take out loans, do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't spend more than you're making. And that's important because you want to be in a position where once you finish school, that you're debt-free or that you've paid off your tuition. And university and college is very expensive nowadays. And some people are even challenging whether university and college is still relevant in the postmodern world. If you are serious about post-secondary education, make sure it's the right subject and make sure that you have a plan about, you know, what you're going to do after. Keep in mind that what you think you're going to do after university, you probably aren't going to do, and be okay with that because you are investing a lot of money or someone else's money, your parents possibly, in education. So make sure it's exactly what you want to do. Next one is follow your passion, not your skill. So this kind of ties into the last one. Don't go to school for a topic just because your parents think you should. Don't go to a topic just because you think you're going to make a lot of money from it. Because if you're not passionate about it, even though you have the skill set, you're not going to make money from it. And you're not going to be happy if you're in a topic or if you're in a career path in an industry where you have no desire to want to be there day to day. You're going to be like upset that you actually wasted 4 years or 2 years going to school, and then at the end of it, you're you're not really interested in it. Number 14, start producing consistent content. Regardless of whatever your passion is, there is an audience out there that's waiting to learn more about what you have to offer. And I would go out there immediately and start producing content. I know for a fact that it has greatly improved my exposure and my career. So it's never too early to get started. In fact, I would recommend university being a great opportunity to build up an online presence so that when you leave, you have an audience that's already prime and ready for you. Number 15 is learn. Constantly be learning. Take time to scratch that itch of curiosity if you ever get it. And if you don't understand something, make sure that you research it and look up Wikipedia, Google, and figure it out. A lot of people, they start reading books just to get to the end of the book. Don't do that. Read to understand. Number 16, moderation is key. You're going to be put in a lot of situations where your ethics and your principles are going to be questioned. Be moderate, be safe, and make sure that you're being responsible, right? Don't drink and drive. Make sure that people know where you are. Make sure that you are around the right type of crowd. This is probably an area where I probably wasn't as responsible as I should have been in my early 20s. I don't have any regrets. I had a lot of fun and I met a lot of great people, and I know that my experiences have helped to shape who I am today, and I have no regrets about who I am today. But be responsible. That's basically what I want to say on that. And be moderate. Moderation is key, right? Have balance in your life, right? Work hard and play hard. 17, ignorance is not bliss. When you turn 18, you are not allowed to make excuses for being ignorant about things anymore. People will just hear that as an excuse. When you're a kid, when you're younger, even in your teens, the world gives you a pass on not knowing and saying, I didn't know that, so we're like, okay, that's fine. They're younger and you're entitled to not know. When you turn 18, you want to be responsible. Don't make excuses and own it and learn and just say, you know what, I have made some mistakes and I'm learning from it, and it's cool, and people will be more respectful of that. And finally, number 18, figure out your struggle. In your life, you will have one main core struggle that will continue to creep up in your life over and over again. The faster that you can recognize what that struggle is and to work to eliminate that struggle, you will unlock the potential and the greatness that you have within you. Be ready for it, because there's going to be a point in your life. Maybe it's that you're not able to finish school. Maybe it's a problem with stress, or maybe it's a problem with mental health or drugs or alcohol, or maybe you play too many video games, or maybe you work out too much. There's a lot of ways that this struggle will manifest for you. And don't be above the notion that you cannot be affected by that. You will be challenged. And that's the exciting part of life, right? Because when you're challenged, as I say in many of my videos, when you're challenged, those are the opportunities to grow. There's a video that I have called The Ultimate Growth Trigger on my channel, which talks more about that. So check that out as well. It's exciting, right? 18 is really, you're a baby and it's the beginning of your life, but you're an adult now. So welcome to adulthood. Take the next few years as the greatest opportunity of your life. The faster that you can tackle these 18 tips and really have an understanding of how well you are performing in these 18 areas, then the faster you're going to be able to unlock your potential. We're going to look to younger people to change the world and to really shape how this world is going to evolve into a positive, peaceful, and meaningful place. You really want to think about the role that you're going to play in this world as you continue to grow up. If you know an 18-year-old or know someone who's young that could benefit from this advice, please send it to them. Please share this video with them, because the more young people that can see this video, the more impact that I'm going to be able to have on their lives. And that is very meaningful to me. So you'll be doing me a favor by sharing it with a young person. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Visit Carving Your Niche. Subscribe to the channel, of course. And my name is Riaz Sidi, and I'll see you next week.